Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa. The Great Debaters Contest 2016 registration is now open. Teachers or school administrations should register on www.greatdebaterscontest.com/register.
Welcome to the Great Debaters Contest Season 6. You'd think after 6 years we've run out of topics to debate, but it feels like we're just getting started. I am your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Yumbok. Today we have for you Upper Hill High School versus Precious Blood, Riruta. Their motion is technology advances causes unemployment. Who will be the victor?
We'll let the debaters take the stage. Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
Wow. I'm so delighted in being in this Great Debaters Contest. Now, technological advancement. What essence do you understand by it? Technological advancement brings new technologies, which are basically eating away at services. Look at gas stations in the United States and Europe. Gas attendants are not there. Telephone operators and bank tellers aren't far behind because everything in this present age is being digitized. Endangered are office clerks and secretaries, publishing jobs, and people providing any expertise on information that can be digitized into a computer. Yes, technology brings a lot of negative and positive effects, but we are looking here at unemployment. Now, retail sales, education, and healthcare. These are the least efficient parts of our economy, and pressure is building up to cut costs. I'm talking about warehouses. I'm talking about manufacturing industries. In the next decade, it seems like there are many retail sales workers will be replaced by online sales like Amazon, eBay, Jumuia, and OLX. Education. You look at the new technologies that provide the provision of education through technology. You're looking at e-books, and we're also looking at online classes like Open University in the United Kingdom. Healthcare can be more efficient through technological advancement. Patients will be able to carry their own medical files on memory sticks, and they can be able to know the progression of their sickness, whether it can be diabetes. There can be watches that are Android fit so that they can show you the amount of insulin you have and the sugar levels. I'm talking about everything that is happening to this day. You look outside the society, you look at everything that is going on in this country at this present age. Robots are revolutionizing industry. Simple. You look at Japan. Scientists have created a new inventive artificial intelligence that will enable machines to do work sufficiently without the need of physical attendance. That's why you find job has been specialized into small specialization. Anyway, 50 years from now, a tiny machine might satisfy all our needs. Call it everything. The only problem is we will be lacking necessities to buy this technology, to buy food, because everything is technologized. I leave it to you. They'll join us, or we'll rebut.
Ladies, time for your opening statements. You have 3 minutes.
Technological advancement has not at all caused unemployment. Instead, it has increased the levels of employment. My name is Ivy Komboka, Precious Blood. Advancement in technology is simply the progress that technology has made over the years. I mean, from writing letters to mobile phones, to computers, to laptops, from walking for long distances, to bicycles, to motorcycles, and now we have cars. This is advancement in technology. And it has not at all caused unemployment. Instead, it has created employment. In the 19th century in Britain, after the agrarian revolution, new machines were invented. These machines replaced the human labor, yes, but these people who are replaced gained employment in the manufacturing industry, since these machines, of course, have to be manufactured. Now, in these industries, labor was required. This, in turn, created a lot of employment in the manufacturing industry. Demand for manufactured goods increased. Hence, more people wanted this manufactured goods, so it created employment for the people selling these manufactured goods. Currently, Britain, most of the population in Britain has employed the population, all of the people most of the people are employed right now simply because of this technology. Also, currently, we see that with the advent of computers and internet, there are businesses like e-commerce, there are bloggers, there's programming going on. We have our media team there. Of course, they're getting paid for this. This has diversified the employment sector. We can also look at the disabled people. We see that disabled people previously were disadvantaged, but now with the advent of machines that help them overcome their constraints, they can engage in productive activities. Also, there's Paralympics. We have a South African man by the name Oscar Pistorius. This guy runs, yet he has mechanical legs. His knees were amputated, yet he can still participate in this race, and he earns a lot of money from that. This is a good thing. Now, we see that the disabled people are not disadvantaged anymore. Moreover, technology has always advanced over the years. It's a fact, it's always advanced, it's always been advancing. But the question is, how does it relate to unemployment? I think unemployment obeys its own cycle. There's so many other causes of unemployment other than advancement in technology. We have rural to urban migration. We have rapid population growth. So why blame advancement in technology, which has been there over the years? So the problem is not the advancement in technology. Advancement in technology has created more jobs. It has not destroyed jobs. Thank you.
Upper Hill, you have 3 minutes.
As the old wisdom goes, for someone in America, if you are to lose your job, you're only going to blame it on 2 causes. One is labor in developing countries, and 2 is technology. I'm going to explain to you why technology causes unemployment. You see, when one of the opponents was talking about how in the agrarian revolution, many of those who are farming left manufacturing industries. Many of those who even went to manufacturing industries then left and were left unemployed. Why? The introduction of machines. Look at, for example, in an industrial country like Japan, for example, most of the industries, like in car making or in other industries like electronics, are highly automated, which means there's little or no need of physical humans there being there to actually do the work. Very soon, we might all the translators might be replaced by artificial intelligence. It's because very soon we're having a sort of automated translations. So an artificially intelligent computer can now maybe talk to someone in French and translate maybe to English, so that that need for a translator won't be there. So that family of the translator or someone who had once read to be a translator may no longer find it useful to actually be there. As the Nobel Prize-winning economist Nazli Leonid stated in 1983 that the role of humans as the most important factor of production is bound to diminish. Very soon, humans will have little things to do with in terms of industrial development. We'll just be there watching computers do everything for us, while we are just there left miserable, destitute. You see, there was once a guy called Luigi. Now, Luigi was a highly skilled artisan in Italy. He would craft beautiful chairs and works of leather that were just so amazing. But very soon now, he was told he was no longer needed in the company that he was working for. Why? Because a machine could do his job. And his family now has been left to live on welfare. Very soon, in the United States industry, with, like, for example, the recordable media manufacturing, very soon there'll be no industries because the industry is losing at an average of 4.4% each year, and it's never going to come back, thanks to technology. Now, many people in that industry will be left unemployed, destitute in the streets, living on welfare. So my question to you is, will you let technology take your job? Will you let it control you, and you sitting there just watching it devour our jobs? Will you? Thank you.
Precious Blood, you have 3 minutes for your cross-examination.
Now, they mentioned that some sites such as OLX and eBay take up marketing jobs. I don't think that's the case, because someone like Eric Omondi gets a job in advertising OLX. Isn't that a form of employment? Who is going to give you that watch that will tell you your insulin levels are low? It's a doctor. Isn't he, in one way or another, employed? Robots do malfunction, and they will need someone to repair them. Are you going to do that for free? Isn't that not some form of work? It is. You say that people lose their jobs due to industrial machines, but it creates employment in that these people are going to specialize in different areas. Research shows that 909% of the people who left their jobs in Britain went to work as nurses. 183 worked as house helps, and 580 worked as care workers. Aren't those forms of employment? Now I'd like to ask you a question. Would we talk about X-rays and chemotherapy if it weren't for technology? These machines are specialized. They are made to work in a certain way. And people will go and seek education so that they can be able to manage these machines. Someone has to be behind the X-ray machine for it to function. It won't make itself function. And that's a doctor. And the doctor is employed. Technological advancement raises living standards. Look at your homes, for example. You have laundry machines. It saves time for your mothers and your house helps. Remember those old days when we used to make lines just to make a 2-minute call? Nowadays, we have the luxury of using phones that do not require you to waste your time on a line. And with the budding seed of entrepreneurship, people now have enough time to sit down and think of innovative things to do with their lives. And we strive for growth. Growth in what sense? We get employment. Thank you.
The Great Debaters Contest 2016 registration is now open. Teachers or school administrations should register on www.greatdebaterscontest.com/register. The Great Debaters Contest 2016 registration is now open. Teachers or school administrations should register on www.greatdebaterscontest.com/register.
So, question time. The proposition have been asked if they would prefer we live in the Stone Ages and do entirely without technology. And the opposition have been asked, would people whose jobs have been replaced by technology rather have their previous positions or downgrade, such as from an engineer to a chauffeur? We'll have them respond now. Proposal number 3, you have 3 minutes.
I'm Archie from Upper Hill, and I'd like to answer the question. He was talking about if we'll prefer to go back to the Stone Age and start doing the agricultural and all that without technology. Actually, if I would like to counter you, I didn't understand if you're trying to ask us if it brings unemployment or if it brings employment. Sorry. Actually, I'm going to say this. Technological advancements has not actually led to total eradication of employment. In fact, what we are trying to say is that it has raised the rate of unemployment amongst us, in the working area. If you look at the sector of agriculture, there's what we call combined harvester. They have now created it. The scientists have been able to create it in a way which it is used in the wheat harvesting. you realize that these workers or the wheat harvesters are actually reducing in number in the wheat farms because the combined harvester is there. It is able to harvest according to the settings. You don't need the workers to go into the fields and get tired just because of harvesting wheat. We also have we are talking about the standard gauge railway. If you look at what they are doing right now, it is reducing the number of workers. If you look before, we used to have the Indians building and building the railways, but now we have machines which are set to even make the railways and even fix them on the rails and make the even trains without any help from the workers. So actually what we are trying to put across is that it has raised the number of unemployment rather than totally eradicating employment. Because just like what my friend has just said, he was talking about schools and even the retail sales workers. You realize that, she said about Eric Omondi doing the advertisement, but what about the retail sales workers? Where are they? They used to be there. You used to go to them and ask for employment and they could get it because since then the technology was not there. But the moment technology came, you realize that they are creating online sales and they are reducing the number of workers and employment inside because one can be able to use his phone rather than needing a retail sales and just go through OLX and be able to order or just like Jumia or sell something and get something in return. So I'd like to say that I'd like to support the fact that technology has actually led to unemployment. It is increasing because you realize that even in schools, classrooms, we have open university. They are using online. Teachers don't need to be in school. You just use Google to go and do your homework. You can even find people using even during tests and university examinations, you don't need to go to classes. You can read through online. Where are the teachers? They're slowly diminishing in the schools. So that's what I'd like to say. Thank you.
Okay, we'll hear from Precious Blood.
Ever heard of the saying that necessity is the mother of invention? You say that Japan has the highest unemployment rate, which is redundant. Japan has the lowest unemployment rate in Asia, recording an unemployment rate of 0.3%, yet they have the benefit of technological advancement. To respond to the question, you say that engineers lose their work. This is redundant. The nature of the engineer's work involves technology. Ask me why. We have air compressors in companies. We have big machines to be operated in companies. So by your analogy of an engineer losing a job is vague. The topic about technological advancement creating unemployment, haven't you ever heard that? You can't cry over spilt milk. In the USA, when the agrarian revolution occurred, we saw people moving to contemporary jobs, nursing, healthcare, brokering. Isn't that a form of employment? Technology has driven social change. If it weren't for technology, we'll be still in the areas of slavery. But we were liberated. Women become liberated because of technology. We have washing machines in the households, creating more time for entrepreneurship. Therefore, arguments become redundant when you say that technology causes unemployment. Thank you.
Okay, we'll now hear closing submissions. Upper Hill, you have a minute.
Now, she has talked about unemployment and Japan having a lot of unemployment. Take an example of a genetic editing machine created by scientists in November called CRISP-9 that could be used to reduce recessive genes in humans. Now that can be used in surgeries. And that machine simply removes the amount of surgeons in that particular room and enables effective productivity of surgery and costs less death. Now, in agriculture, we have a lot of technological advancements. We have combine harvesters, we have manufacturing machines that can enable effective production using less human labor capacity. Why? Because the cost of living has increased, and thus effective methods of enhancing productivity must be enabled, and that's the use of machines. In education, teachers have been supplanted by machines, by robots. Take an example of Khan Academy. You can sit on your chair and you can study online. That does not mean employment has decreased. The number of teachers has been supplemented, or I can say replaced. Anyway.
We'll hear from Precious Blood. You have a minute.
The power of moral sense, allied to the power of logic, with the power of communication, causes an advancement in technology. Technology is a friend to all, not the elite only, but also the poor and disadvantaged. Take a look around. Will the poor be receiving medical care if it weren't for mobile clinics? Where will we still be? Thriving in primitive nature of treating diseases. More so, our fear is not that technology will do our work, but that unemployment will cut off our means of living, which is not true. From our arguments, we have seen that technology instead paves a way for creation of contemporary jobs, paves a way for entrepreneurship. Therefore, arguments become vague against technology. It does not create unemployment, but rather creates entrepreneurship, leading to innovations that leads to employment. Thank you.
You know, when Alvin came and talked about genetic machines, I was asking myself, how does that relate now to unemployment? You know, when you have a very good example like that, relate it and say this number of people will be sent home in a particular department in a hospital because of this. Now, you don't relate those examples, so we are lost at the end of it all. Kifuso, very good voice and presence, you know. You come over as someone now who is going to be the Joshua, you know, or the savior of the people. You know, good flow. However, it was very hard for you to pick up from the rest.
Ivy, you started off well, and I love the fact that you came to local examples. Cheryl, very strong debater also. Clear, logical presentation, and the fact that you said we need human beings to operate the machines, that's commendable. But I think there is something that Upper Hill didn't see, and the question here is, how many people do we need to operate a machine? Possibly one person. A job that was initially done maybe by 10 people can now just be done by one person. And I expect that kind of cross-examination to have come from Upper Hill. But I gave you your marks because it is a point that wasn't challenged. Yvonne, very good debater, poor time utilization.
Let me just say that for every debater coming on stage, and even for the schools that will be debating in the coming days, how you walk to the stage and how you walk away from the stage are as important as the submissions that you make. You'd rather, you know, for many people, even when you feel that you haven't, you know, done very well, you know, don't walk away in despair, because that in itself tells us that we shouldn't believe anything you have said. So pay attention, not just to what you're saying, but how you also conduct yourself as you come to make your submissions and as you leave the stage. All the best to the two schools.
The moment we've all been waiting for, the results. Upper Hill Boys High School, the judges awarded you 63%. Please give them a round of applause. Precious Blood Riruta, the judges awarded you 70%. You are our winners for the debate.
Congratulations to both teams, and especially to the ladies of Precious Blood Riruta for a job well done. We'd like to thank you for watching and encourage you to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Twitter at Great Debaters EA. I have been your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Yumbok. Catch you next time.
The Great Debaters Contest 2016 registration is now open. Teachers or school administrations should register on www.greatdebaterscontest.com/register. Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.